Leopoldine Kasparek seemed to have a good life, coming from a respectable Austrian family while also being married to a man who worked at her father's coffeehouse. Once her husband was called to serve in World War I, her newfound freedom led to a sinister change in her personality. She began to commit several thefts and robberies, but she received very little prison time. Leopoldine then escalated her crimes to befriending wealthy old women before strangling them and ransacking their homes. Her cruelty knew no bounds, as she even lit one of her victims on fire. Multiple women were dead before she was caught, making this one of the most sensational cases in Austrian history. Welcome to history's biggest villains. Leopoldine was born in Austria in 1893, and she was the daughter of a coffeehouse owner. She married one of the waiters, and her parents opposed the marriage, essentially disowning their daughter. Leopoldine was obsessed with money, and she would do anything to get it, as she would once forge the signature of a police chief, writing his name on checks allegedly paid to her for accusations of assault that she put on him. Her husband was drafted in World War I in 1914, and now Leopoldine could do whatever she wanted. Without her husband there to spend money on her, she decided that in these difficult war times, that she saw no other way to get it than by robbing and stealing. On May 1915, she stole 300 kroner from a cash register. 2 months later, she befriended Sarah Bernhard, a junk dealer that was pretty well off. They became close to the point where Sarah allowed Leopoldine to enter her home. Once the door was closed, she attacked and strangled Sarah to death. She then ransacked every room in the home, stealing a handbag and jewelry. Leopoldine continued to shoplift and attempt to mug innocent women, but then she came across 56-year-old Mary Warish, who was partially blind. She pulled the same ruse to enter the home, strangling Mary until she blacked out. Once she had taken all that she wanted from the residence, Leopoldine coated her victim in a paraffin wax and struck a match on the way out. When Mary's charred body was discovered, police initially thought it was accidental. That was until they saw the strangulation marks on her neck. By August of 1916, Leopoldine had robbed 3 more women, but they had all survived their injuries. On the 21st, however, 80-year-old Sally Hotzel wouldn't live through her attack. Over the next 3 weeks, Leopoldine had attempted to rob 3 more women, but her plans were foiled each time. But on September 10th, Stephanie von Mack would be her final victim. Even as she continued to get arrested for theft, robbery, and extortion, she received short prison sentences because she said she was driven to do these things because she was poor. But the police had finally connected the dots in Mary's murder, and Leopoldine was arrested in September 1916. All in all, she attacked 14 elderly women, leaving 3 dead. While she was in jail awaiting trial, in an effort to get out, she swallowed a needle and this had to be surgically removed. Once she got better, she attacked one of the elderly nurses, strangling her until she was unconscious before dressing in her scrubs and escaping from the hospital. She was captured 30 minutes later. Before the trial, she also admitted to killing her husband because he wasn't splurging on her enough. During the trial, Leopoldine was cold and unremorseful, bragging about her crimes and cursing the judge and jury. Once she received a death sentence, it took 6 officers to restrain and drag her out of the courtroom as she fiercely fought them off. Afterwards, her death sentence was commuted to a life sentence. In 1921, the woman that the press dubbed the Strangler of Vienna died in prison, and she was 28 years old. I don't understand it, man. It just seems like she already had that vindictive way about her because she tried to blackmail the cop, tried to write out a fake check after she put false claims on him. So she already seemed like that vindictive type of person, like someone who was probably spoiled. And then once she found out that her husband wasn't there, she just started attacking old women. I don't understand it. I really don't understand the character shift and just the callousness to not even care what you're doing. You're just taking advantage of old women just for a couple $100. I will never understand this. And the fact that she tried to escape and strangle the nurse at the hospital is that's wild. It seemed like she just couldn't stop doing what she was doing because even when she was in jail for life, she still wanted to strangle people. She still wanted to be violent. Thank you guys. Really appreciate y'all for the support. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to my channel. Turn on my post notifications if you haven't already. Thank you. Please be safe. Stay on the grind. I'm out. Peace.